Hey there, let's talk about charity real quick. So I got dumped off halfway home from church. This is the road that I walk on sometimes when I do a walk and talk. The long ones in the summer. You see the bypass up there. This is what I get for asking about the seat being pushed back in the front of the car and the armrest being pushed back. Being like a low rider, and if you know anything about boys and girls and the birds and bees, then you should get what I'm saying. I was self-righteous after church and passing judgment. I said, no, I'm asking you a question because you lie to me often. And I get real tired of somebody else trying to reframe my own reality in life and tell me how it is. I know what I've lived through. I know when my body's been violated, even if I've been asleep, waking up with bruises all over me and not feeling like a person who went to bed alone, if you know what I mean, ladies. But I don't know my own body. So he said, if you can't stop with this, you know what, get out of the car. And I said, okay. Not a great choice of walking shoes, though, and my skirt, good thing it has a little button for a bustle so I don't step all over myself. This is 2 days after I had that incident, that fainting spell, again, which I get from time to time. It's happened since I was a girl. And he's been there for them before. But this one and the last one, he's treated me like a sack of potatoes. This one, he just towed me like I was a bag of trash. Hey, you okay? Are you okay? I got a giant goose egg on the back of my head, and I mean, it's pretty large. And I couldn't talk right at first when it happened. I've had several concussions before. One from him in 2019, if you look back in my testimony. I'm not doing this to air out dirty laundry or to cause harm. I'm doing this to testify. You see how many cars have passed me? Not one has offered a ride. And I go to church in another town. Once I cross this bridge, I'll be back in my town. Not one person offered me a ride. Please tell me that's normal. Please tell me that that is a normal occurrence to see a smaller woman walking down the road in church clothes, no gloves, no hat, just a coat, scarf, and a dress. And yes, they're heels. I mean, as far as heels go, they're good for walking in, but not made for it, right? So yeah, this is part of what I deal with. You just said, well, why don't you just be quiet and stay in the car? Because you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to be bossed around and told what to do. You should be able to ask questions without people jumping all over you and screaming at you. And that's what I've dealt with for the last 6 years. My family behaving in manic, hysterical, inappropriate, backwards, upside down, inverted ways. And I'm supposed to just take that my 2 sons now are into God knows what. And this one doesn't even try to pretend he's the same individual. He hated Pepsi, would never drink it. He was a Coke guy, said that's why his tooth got ruined. All he brings in the house now is Pepsi. He used to get a large coffee, 2 creams, maybe 1 sugar. He didn't like adding all that stuff. He hated high fructose corn syrup. He told us all about that stuff. Now that's all he's consuming. I don't care what anyone says, this is not the same individual. But I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna have to take my shoes off to walk across that bypass so that I don't get hit by a truck or something coming around that bend. Charity, guys. Simple charity. Nobody stopped to say, hey, are you okay? What happened? Obviously, I didn't plan to walk like this or to exercise like this. But not a single person. All these houses, that road down there, that whole road, if you go right there, this whole road, not one person, and a couple of them were probably at that church. Not one person can say, hey, are you okay? Do you need a ride? I don't want to get involved, but you know, are you warm enough? Can I drop you off somewhere? Nothing. And I get people don't want to get involved today. This is not normal. I don't care what you tell me. People's everyday day lives don't operate like this. They just don't. Somewhere there would be someone saying, hey, you know, you all right? Unless the whole town really is against you. And more people than I realize are seeing my testimony. And it's like I've always said, they will throw a party on the day that I perish. But I always come back. And all the glory goes to God because I'm doing this because he asked me to show my love for him and the creation that he made for my family and my children. As it is, things happen as they're meant to happen, or I'm sure God allows them to be fixed. So I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I'm trying to encourage you, but I'm cold and I can't feel my fingers anymore. My toes are starting to I think I broke 2 toes the other day when I had that fainting spell and cracked my head off the back of the toilet and then off of the floor. So yeah, I'm a little discombobulated, but I do love you, even though you hate me. And I hope that you don't treat the people you love the way that I'm being treated. Show them you love them, hug them, kiss them, still stand firm in truth. And we should search for truth in all things, not in just our religion. Because that's my next message to the Christians or the Christ followers is, are you so stuck in the old traditions that it is now turned into pride and you can't hear when possibly you may be wrong? There is a place for tradition, but there is not a place for doing things this way because that's the way we've always done them. No, try to find the proper, right way to do things, the good way, because there is a good and bad. My life's proof of that. I love you guys. Have a blessed evening. Bye.